What is up? It's Isaac, the football card man here, and I am going to go over the first round of the draft in this episode. Then in the next episode, I will go over specifically the Seahawks draft. So right now, I'm going to go over the draft of the total first round. So, let's go to the NFL app. You should download it, by the way, if you don't. Now, the first pick in the NFL draft, the Cincinnati Bengals selected Joe Burrow, a quarterback out of LSU. Now, this quarterback, they compared him to Kurt Warner. If I was the NFL, I would have compared Joe Burrow to a player like... The first player that comes to mind is... You see, he's mobile. He can move around the pocket. The player I would compare him to, excluding the interceptions, is Jared Goff. That is who I would compare Joe Burrow to. And I did not watch tape on a lot of these players, but I did watch tape on Joe Burrow. Joe Burrow is a decently pretty good quarterback. I think he's going to have a really good rookie season. And with the second overall pick, the Washington Redskins selected Chase Young, a defensive end from Ohio State. Now, I never really watched film on Chase Young, but what I've heard from Chase Young, he's very good, has a good first step, speed off the ball, can really get to the quarterback, force some fumbles. I think it's a good pick. Then the third pick in the 2020 NFL Draft, the Detroit Lions selected Jeff Okudah, a defensive back out of Ohio State. 2 defensive backs going in a row. Now, I agree with this comparison. They are comparing him to Patrick Peterson. Patrick Peterson is a very good corner, and I feel like the Lions got a steal with Patrick Peterson. Well, not a steal, but a steal with their pick. Then with the 4th overall pick, the New York Giants selected Andrew Thomas, a tackle out of Georgia. Now, the Giants really needed a tackle. They are comparing him to Ja'Wuan James. Not LeBron, Ja'Wuan. Now, Ja'Wuan James is a very good tackle. So is Andrew Thomas. I think the Giants got a good player in Andrew Thomas. Now, with the 4th pick in the NFL draft, with the 5th pick in the 2020 NFL draft, the Miami Dolphins selected Tua Tagovailoa, a quarterback out of Alabama. Now, the thing I don't like about this pick is Tua Tagovailoa is injury prone. He can... Now, I'm not saying Tua is a bad quarterback at all. Tua is actually a great quarterback, as of in college. But I feel like he has some growing to do. He can work on taking more care of his body. He had to go through some rehab after that hip injury. Then with the 6th pick in the 2020 NFL Draft, the Los Angeles Chargers selected Justin Herbert, a quarterback out of Oregon. Now, they are comparing him to Carson Wentz. Now, Carson Wentz, injury prone, I I wouldn't compare Herbert to Wentz. I would compare Herbert. Who would I compare Herbert to? Who? Look. What's a good quarterback? Okay, I think I got my guy. I am going to compare Justin Herbert to I'm going to compare Justin Herbert to a Kirk Cousins. Now, I feel like Herbert will also have a good rookie season, and I think he can have a better rookie season than Tua Tagovailoa, and I still think Tua Tagovailoa is going to have a great season, and so is Justin Herbert. But Herbert will have a better one. Then with the 7th overall pick, the Carolina Panthers have selected Derrick Brown, a defensive tackle out of Auburn. Now, they are comparing Derrick Brown to Chris Jenkins. Now, I can't name him right off the top of my head, but Derrick Brown, he was a very good defensive tackle. Yeah, I think that was a good pick. Then with the 7th pick in the with the 8th pick in the 2020 NFL Draft, the Arizona Cardinals selected Isaiah Simmons, linebacker slash safety out of Clemson. They are comparing him to Darius Leonard. Wow. I can agree with that comparison. And I also think Cardinals got a great pick. I'm trying to go through this kind of fast. Then with the 9th pick, the Jacksonville Jaguars selected C.J. Henderson, a defensive back out of Florida. They really needed a cornerback with losing A.J. Boye and Jalen Ramsey by trade. Then the Cleveland Browns selected Jedrick Willis, a tackle out of Alabama. This was a great pickup, great draft, and I think the Browns got a steal. With the 11th pick in the 2020 NFL Draft, the New York Jets selected Mekhi Becton, a tackle out of Louisville. Great pick, helped protect Sam Darnold, and maybe they just possibly win the division next year. Now with the 12th pick in the 2020 NFL Draft, the Oakland Raiders selected Henry Ruggs III, the speedy wide receiver. I think, great pick by the Raiders, but I feel like they could have waited maybe to 19, possibly. Because I feel like Jerry Jeudy's a great fit with the Broncos. I feel like they could have waited for 19. But yeah. Then at the 13th pick in the 2020 NFL Draft, the Tampa Bay Buccaneers selected Tristan Wirfs, a tackle out of Iowa. Now, he will protect Tom Brady. Already have great wide receiver with Chris Godwin and Michael Thomas, and newly acquired Rob Gronkowski came out of retirement to play with Brady. Now, with the 14th pick in the 2020 NFL Draft, the San Francisco 49ers selected Javon Kinlaw, a defensive tackle out of South Carolina. Great pick by them. 15th pick in the 2020 NFL Draft, the Denver Broncos selected Jerry Jeudy, a wide receiver out of Alabama. Great pick. He will go well with number 14 on the Broncos. I forgot his name. Number 16, with the 16th overall pick, the Atlanta Falcons selected A.J. Terrell, a defensive back out of Clemson. Great pick. Will fit well in that secondary. Now with the 17th pick in the 2020 NFL Draft, The Dallas Cowboys selected CeeDee Lamb, a wide receiver out of Oklahoma. Great pick. Pair him with Amari Cooper and Gallup. With 18th pick in the 2020 NFL Draft, the Miami Dolphins selected Austin Jackson, a tackle out of USC, to help protect Tua Tagovailoa. 19th pick in the 2020 NFL Draft, the Oakland Raiders selected Damon Arnett, a defensive back out of Ohio State. Great pick. Help him in that secondary with Demarius Randall. 20th pick, the 2020 NFL Draft, the Jacksonville Jaguars selected Kavon Chasen, an edge out of LSU. Great pick. Will really help with the Jaguars of a possible trade with Yannick Ngakoue. 21st pick in the 2020 NFL Draft, the Philadelphia Eagles selected Jalen Reagor, another speedy wide receiver out of Texas Christian. Great pick. Speedy. I would have went with Justin Jefferson, to be honest, but yeah. Right after that, the 22nd pick in the 2020 NFL Draft, the Minnesota Vikings selected Justin Jefferson, wide receiver out of LSU. Now, the 23rd pick in the 2020 NFL Draft, the Los Angeles Chargers selected Kenneth Murray, a linebacker out of Oklahoma. Great pick. Will really help him. Joey Bosa and Melvin Ingram will help that rush. Now, the 24th pick in the 2020 NFL Draft, the New Orleans Saints selected Cesar Ruiz, a center out of Michigan. Absolute great pick. I don't think the Saints could have gotten anything better than Cesar Ruiz than right there. Then with the 25th pick in the 2020 NFL Draft, the San Francisco 49ers selected Brandon Ayuk, a wide receiver out of Arizona State. Great pick. Pair him with Deebo Samuel. Boom. Great wide receiver core. Now the 26th pick in the 2020 NFL Draft, the Green Bay Packers selected Jordan Love, a quarterback out of Utah State. Surprising, but a successor to Aaron Rodgers. Now the 27th pick in the 2020 NFL Draft, the Seattle Seahawks selected Jordan Brooks, a linebacker out of Texas Tech. This guy's an absolute tackling machine. He can lock up guys before getting past the line of scrimmage. I think this is a pretty great pick. Pretty good pick by the Seattle Seahawks. And with the 28th pick in the 2020 NFL Draft, the Baltimore Ravens selected Patrick Queen, linebacker out of LSU. Great pick. Maybe, I don't know. Maybe we could have got Ross Blacklock, possibly. The 29th pick in the 2020 NFL Draft, the Tennessee Titans select Isaiah Wilson, tackle out of Georgia, to help run block for Derrick Henry and protect Ryan Tannehill. Now, the 30th overall pick in the NFL Draft, the Miami Dolphins selected Noah Nguni, that's his name. Then with the 31st pick in the 2020 NFL Draft, the Minnesota Vikings selected Jeff Gladney, a cornerback out of Texas Christian. 2 Texas Christians going in the first round. And then Clyde Edwards-Helaire, a running back out of LSU, going to the Kansas City Chiefs at 32. I honestly think this was a great pick. And maybe could have gone with Jonathan Taylor. J.K. Dobbins. There was a lot of other great running backs. And that is my wrap up on the first round. Hope you guys like it, and I will see you in the next episode.